I've lost count of how many. I think this is at least your 4th or 5th appearance.
It's
now on
at
the
least,
session.
yep.
Because you were one of our very first guests.
Was I really?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even
from
know
like
that.
hundreds of years ago. You came in
From the crust of ice.
Yeah. You were touting that medication time
That's
album
right,
that you were flogging at the time. And you weren't just flogging it; you kind of wrote it and you produced it as well. It wasn't you didn't just have a job lot of them, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Printed 10 at home.
How
yeah.
long ago was that? Was that 2012?
I think it was. I think it was 2012 when we did that one. Oh, we're live.
Yeah. Oh, look, so we've
Hey,
actually got
everyone.
2 cameras at the moment in here with 2 different
You
streams.
could film her filming us.
Yeah, she's not actually doing that. She's just checking her WhatsApp or something. I don't know what she's doing really. She's probably got the lens covered as well. But anyway, yeah. So if you go to facebook.com/West House Drive, you can watch our stream. Where can people watch your stream?
Oh, this is on my Facebook page. That's Scarlet Fever Official.
Okay. You sounded uncertain there, but it is definitely that.
It is Scarlet Fever Official.
Okay. And you brought in your own camera person as well.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
She has her uses.
There you go. You can say hello if you want as well. That mic's on temporarily,
Hello.
but don't say anything naughty this time.
Okay.
As I was never allowed to read the news ever again, are you, darling?
Yeah, how long? That was years ago, wasn't it? Then you guys
That
came
was so
in
much
and
fun. You
co-hosted
never
the
asked
show.
us to do it again.
No, we've got Karen here. And we've got her good lady wife Izzy here as well. Hello.
Danny, I think we should do a
She's
Christmas special. I think we should be
Yeah.
allowed back to do the news again.
Yeah.
Let's do Christmas tunes.
Do you know what you just reminded me as well? You're the only person ever that has bullied me into singing live on air because
Oh,
you
God,
got
I
me
did,
to sing
didn't I?
that Christmas song with you.
I did, oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That was amazing.
It was like Bublé and Idina Menzel all over again, or whatever she's called.
Oh, yeah.
It was like that, just without 2 good singers, just had the one.
I'm just trying to imagine Bublé singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," but yeah.
He'd give it a bit of gravitas, wouldn't he? That's what he does. That's what he brings to the game. He could be listening. He's in the UK at the moment, so be polite.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'd like to think of myself more as Lady Gaga than I would Adina, but that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
And they've asked for it now. I'm going to bring you a Bublé outfit. It's on.
Hope so. He dresses well. I'm happy with that. You might need to get an extra large though. The Drive Time Sessions is what this is. This is where we get local artists to sing, and so I think it's about time we got you to perform for us. So tell us about your first song.
I've created a little set for you today, Danny, and
Wow.
the theme is love.
Oh,
Because we just had our 2nd wedding anniversary.
wow.
I love that you almost prompted me there. Yes, wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
And this is a cover, and I think it's a really beautiful wedding song.
Okay.
And I have been asked to sing it at a few weddings, so I thought I'd share it with you. And
Okay.
it's Ed Sheeran, "Thinking Out Loud."
Okay. Here on the Drive Time Sessions now is Scarlet Fever with her version of Ed Sheeran's "Thinking Out Loud."
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? And darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. My heart can still fall as 123. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Baby, just the touch of a hand. Me, I fall in love with you every single day. I just want to tell you I am honey now. Take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your hand on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name, when my hands don't play the strings the same way, oh, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul will never grow, all it's evergreen. smiles forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking out loud. People fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's all part of a plan. I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. Honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your hand on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. Maybe we found love right where we are.
That was rather good.
Thank you very much,
You
sir.
didn't mean to sound surprised. I was just trying to hold back.
I'm
emotion
available
there.
for weddings and bar mitzvahs.
Are you really? Of course you are. Of course you are. Yeah. Anyway, yes, that was Thinking Out Loud, which was originally by Ed Sheeran there, but rather beautifully covered by our guest this afternoon, Scarlette Fever. She is here with us once again. We're delighted to have you back.
Thank
It's
you,
always a pleasure. So, what have you been up to since you were last with us then? Because it was earlier.
It was
this
Christmas.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yes,
Christmas.
it was Christmas. It was the last time you were here. What have you been up to since then?
Mostly working on online stuff, and
Oh, yeah? What?
yes, working online stuff.
What, like selling holidays? What?
No,
Footwear?
no, I've been doing lots of work on Facebook because I've got a situation where most of my fan base is in the States.
Okay.
So obviously for those guys, you know, rather than travelling back and forth every 5 minutes, the easiest way to stay in touch with them is lots of live videos and stuff like that. But I've there is a rumbling, Danny, about a new release this year.
Wow. You made that
So,
sound like you have no real control of it. You've just heard a rumour.
A rumbling.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sort of you'll hear more about that soon, which I'm really excited about.
Is this
really
a
excited
new
about.
single, a new album?
New album or EP, not sure what yet.
Okay.
But there may even be some Christmas socks, Danny.
Wow. Anyway, do you need someone to like maybe do a bonus track with you for a Christmas release?
Well, yeah, I mean, you've passed the audition after last year. Why not? Absolutely.
Yeah, you enjoyed that so much you came back just 8 short months later. Yeah.
Well, yeah, 7, I guess, but yes. So yeah, I think I'll be sort of announcing what's exactly happening in a month or so. So I'm very excited about that.
Okay.
It's gonna be good.
We'll find out more about that, and we'll find out more about everything else you've got going on as well. Because I also want to ask you about the Meraki Festival.
Oh, cool.
But we'll because I saw something that came out just today about that.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I get your emails, and one came through like half an hour ago, and I thought, oh, I can ask you about that.
There you go.
Yeah. See, I do research. Okay, it is 5:39. You're listening to West Hart's Drive Time. It's the Drive Time Sessions. Our special guest is Scarlette Fever. We will have more from her in just a moment.
West Hart's Drive Time
Right.
with Danny Smith. If you like a peaceful start to your Saturday, then maybe steer
I don't know what you're whispering for.
No, I don't know.
Wake Up with Kevin.
Just reading Sally Jones.
Family Show.
I was
That one,
watching the
the
rugby
one, you
with
might
my
know.
brother, who's Irish last week, and we enjoyed it. My mate Trent didn't enjoy it at all, so good morning, Trev. Unlucky.
With requests.
7:15 time check there for Fraser. He usually reports in he's out running, but he hasn't been out running
That's
much
Harry,
of
she
late,
films
has he?
stuff.
So
Yeah.
get on it, Fraser.
Right, get on with your travel. You.
Underway the conference this morning,
45
isn't it? So I hope you're all enjoying it here Saturday morning in bed with your Facebook on. That's Wake Up with Kevin and
Right, so as soon as we've done the travel, the next bit, there's no break till 6. So you've got 2 more songs?
Yes.
Leaving your home vacant and vulnerable? Home Checked are on hand.
So if you're still on there, then make sure you don't swear, Harry. Don't be rude or nothing.
Oh, that's fine. No, I'll control my rage.
Reliable, fully vetted and insured. We also
If you
offer a
could.
waiting service for home deliveries
Got a lot of
and tradesmen
fans over in America.
with a
Yeah.
simple booking
Well, and
process.
Canada and the Channel Islands, it would appear today.
So basically just people in England don't like you, but everyone else.
Thanks, Danny.
762
Ah, there we go.
or
What was that?
visit
Neil.
homechecked.co.uk.
No!
Oh,
Hi,
here we go,
Beth.
travel.
Traffic and travel news for St Albans.
Let's get the latest now from Harry.
Thank you, Danny. On the main roads this afternoon, on the M1 there's slow traffic northbound from junction 6 to junction 8 for Breakspear Way. On the A1M, one lane is closed due to a lorry having a tyre change northbound from junction 2 to junction 3. The traffic's coping well, but one lane of 2 is currently closed. On the M25, there are delays easing clockwise between junctions 21 and 22. And on the North Orbiter Road, there are delays easing southbound between the London Road and the North Orbiter Road itself. On the local roads, there's currently congestion on Checker Street, Harpenden Road and King Harry Lane. At the St Albans City Station, all trains are currently running to time, and as well as that, on the London Underground, all lines are open and running well. And finally, over at Luton Airport, the flight from Larnaca, which was meant to arrive at 6:10, will now arrive at 6:42.
If you see a problem we haven't mentioned, call us on St Albans 839 926.
I believe I just gave you the headphones, I then can't hear what's going on.
92.6 FM, Radio Verulam. 92.6 FM, Radio Verulam. West Hart's Drive Time with Danny Smith.
Yes, welcome back to the second part of this week's Drive Time sessions. So I'm ever so slightly flustered because we had to share a microphone then, Harry and I, and she took my headphones. I couldn't actually hear that part of the show. I think that's terrible. That's like driving blindfolded. You just wouldn't do it.
It was like watching a surgeon operate, Danny.
Was it really?
Skilled precision.
Right, okay. I just sweated into a wound. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, God, I don't want to think about sweating into a wound. God.
No? I don't know how my mind comes up with this stuff sometimes. I'm really sorry. I need a filter. Scarlette Fever's our guest this afternoon. She's always delightful. She's always a pleasure to have here as well. And also she has her lovely wife of 2 years now, Ezzy, who's here with her as well. And he's come in the show before and done stuff, and we just don't really talk about that anymore. And also we've got people watching, I believe, from... Did I see that you've got somebody watching from Iraq, from Tennessee and from the Philippines?
Yep. Lots from Canada.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's people who can watch this all. If you can watch a stream that comes from a more quirky angle with a tripod as well. If you go to facebook.com/Scarlette Fever Official, if you watch it through our stream, we just got Harry. Sorry about that.
Hi,
yeah, that's facebook.com/West Harts Drive. Watch it through us because it makes my numbers look good. So it is 5:43. We've just had a song from Scarlette Fever, which was a version of Ed Sheeran's "Thinking Out Loud." And you said you get asked to do that one like quite a bit for weddings and things.
Well, not officially, but yeah, I have done it for a couple of friends.
Right. Okay. So do you put yourself out there as like a wedding person?
It's how I started out. You must know that. When I was like 18 and I left school thinking I was going to have a gap year before I went off and studied marine biology.
Right. I didn't know you when you were 18 though, because that was like you've
Well,
only
you
been
said
doing this for about
100
six years or so, you know, and that would have been what, 8 years ago.
Well, that's right. Yeah. There you go.
You're
Saw what
welcome.
you did there.
Yeah.
Saw what you did there. Yeah. So I that's what I did. I joined. I thought I want to be a singer. I don't know what that means. And answered an ad for a wedding band, and there I went off singing "I Will Survive" 15 times a week.
That was a wedding song.
I will survive. Let me see.
What else? Let's Stick Together.
No. We Are Family.
Love Will Tear Us Apart.
Love Shack, Funky Music, White Boy, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the best one I ever did was when I was doing a radio contest, and they won me to come and play at the wedding, me and my band.
Okay.
And the request was Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet you could do that well though, because you've got a fair set of lungs in you. You could probably belt out those big notes.
It was great, but it was just that minute and a half of keyboard solo that I was stood there, quite, not quite sure what to do. That was fun.
This is partly why I don't really do karaoke anymore, because I never know what to do.
No one knows what to do. It's awful, and they just stand there staring at the screen.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
I'm thinking of taking a book with me the next time I do some karaoke.
That would actually be amazing.
Yeah, just get the book, do a bit of reading, and then
There
go
you go.
back to the final verse of a
Sounds like a plan.
Boobly song or whatever I do. Okay, anyway, 5:45 is the time. Let's have another song. What have you got for us?
I've changed my set on the fly.
Wow.
Because, yeah, I know, it's all happened
Live radio.
And I'm doing that for the lovely Sally, who has requested Crash and Burn, so I'm going to do Crash and Burn for Sally.
Wow, that's one of your early songs, isn't it?
It's from Medication Time, said album. It was my first kind of big hit successful song. It was and it did really, really well in the States. It got to number 2 in the Billboard dance charts, which was very cool.
Okay, and also in this country, I believe, was it not a feature track for Radio 2?
It was indeed.
Yeah, it was on their playlist for a little while.
It was.
And for those listening in other countries, Radio 2 is almost as big as this station right here. If you're listening from outside the UK, it's almost as big as Radio Verulam. That's right, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. So this is Crash and Burn. Here we
Okay,
go.
There you go then. Here is Scarlet Fever now with a song that she wrote all about my love life. It is Crash and Burn. Scarlet Fever there with a track from 6 years ago. That was Crash and Burn, back when you were probably still at school.
That's exactly. Preschool.
Preschool. Oh, don't push it, love. Right. It is coming up on 10 minutes to 6 o'clock, and yes, as well as being able to listen to the Drive Time Sessions here on the radio at the moment, you can watch it if you go to facebook.com/West Herts Drive. And I've got to say hi to, there's a few people here that have been watching and sort of responding, I guess we call it, interacting. So hi to Tony, to Eve, to Kevin, to Margie, and to Susie, who are all watching online at the moment. Hello to you, and also hello to anybody else that we haven't mentioned. You're in our hearts, if not kind of like in my speech. So didn't know where I was going, and then suddenly I thought I was going to go. I thought that doesn't sound right. I need to change a bit of self-editing there. So Meraki Festival then.
Yeah.
That's quite an impressive lineup, isn't it?
It's awesome. I'm really excited about it.
I've got no information here in front of me about it, but from memory, you've got Pixie Lot there. You've got Morchiba, I think I saw.
Yeah, they're on a Friday.
Yeah.
I'm excited about All Saints myself.
I was going to say, and All Saints as well. And you.
Oh, Gabrielle's playing, isn't she? I believe she is.
Do you know what? I'm going to try and look this up in a minute.
Pretty sure that she is.
Okay, so what night are you on? And what's
Saturday.
this I've seen that you've just sent out about? Is it some sort of competition, did I see?
It is.
Is it something you want to share with the listener?
Yes, I can do. So it's a chance to win a family ticket, which is an incredible prize, and it's for the whole weekend, includes camping, includes the whole works. So that's gone out to my special fans today.
Okay. And so if people are interested in that, can they go to, is it a website or to your Facebook page? Where can people find out more about that?
They just need to sign up for my newsletter they can either do that on my Facebook page or on my website. So it's only people who are a member of the Scarlet Fever community. So if you're a member of the newsletter, yeah.
Okay, there you go. For a subscriber exclusive deal there.
Yep, exactly.
Is that what we're calling that? Okay. 10cc are there as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have heard
Yeah.
of them.
Okay. So I just wondered the way you said that.
Is that
Is that the ones who did what?
That's TLC.
Which ones are they? Who is 10cc?
Oh.
They're a band from the 80s.
I know, but what was the song?
They were from
Help
earlier
me.
than the
They're
80s.
rusty. No,
Oh, this is-
TLC did not do Waterfall.
Which one did they do? Danny, what song did they
You're thinking
do?
of TLC.
Yes, that's
by
what
the
Ezra
way.
was just
I'm
telling
Not
me.
in Love. That
Yeah.
big song from the 70s. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was one of their big ones.
With the breathy vocals. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. Dreadlock Holiday. I don't like cricket.
Oh my gosh, was that
Oh,
one?
no.
There you go. You
There
see?
you go.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got the wrong part of the duo here on this.
I'm afraid that Azrael puts my musical knowledge to pitiful shame. Tell them what year my music collection ends.
The cut-off point is 1993, that's all I'm going to say.
There you go. Which was in fact Take That and the Year of Prey.
Well done.
Okay,
Ace of Base.
we'll take our word on that. But because I can't be bothered to look it up now. But anyway, 10cc, who I'm sure older listeners will appreciate as well, because they were from back then, and they're on the Sunday night. And so, what night are you on?
Saturday.
Saturday night. Oh, that won't be embarrassing then, because if 10cc are listening in now, they're going to think we didn't do blooming water.
That's right. I remember Gabrielle. It's okay. And All Saints. It's okay.
So you've got Pixie Lot on Saturday and Morchiva and Scarlet Fever. Friday you've got All Saints and Gabrielle. Although there are lots of other people on as well, isn't there? It's a big old festival happening 10th to the 12th of August. Well, brilliant. That's really, really pleased to hear about that. And
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and it's
Yeah.
nice. I really like that it's local, which is I don't get to do many things like that. We always think of things being in London. It's really nice to see Hertfordshire pulling up its game.
because you're a Hertfordshire lass, aren't
I
you?
am a Hertfordshire lass. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, by the way, if you like your local music as well, I should mention that as well as doing the drive time sessions here on Wednesdays, we have some other shows that specialise in local music. On a Sunday afternoon from 4 till 6 here on Radio Verulam, Alex Mackay has a programme called The Music Lab, and he often features local music. And then Monday nights from 7 till 9, we've got the Parsons Knows Local Music, 2 hours of local music with Denise Parsons. So that's Radio Verulam there, all over the local music scene. So, if you've got the Meraki Festival coming up as well, have you got much time for like a holiday or anything in the summer? Are you just working, or what are you doing?
We're doing a lot of gigs in the summer. I'm really excited. We're doing Nashville meets London this week, which is very, very cool.
Wow.
And then that's tomorrow. Then I'm taking a break. We've got a week. We've got a week off,
Here and there.
and then we come back for Meraki and some recording,
And then it starts again
and then it starts again
Wow.
at the end of September.
till the end of September. Yeah.
This whole like being a performer, singer, songwriter thing, it sounds like it's hard work.
Yes, it is hard work. Yeah, especially when you're I love everything I do. I'm very, very hands-on so I write.
I've read that about you, yeah.
Very involved in the production. I like to have my, I was going to say fingers in all pies, but I don't know if that makes sense. That sounded big. That was
You
like,
just
No,
knew
no,
that
no.
Danny was going to take that somewhere
that
else,
was like
didn't you?
the crust of ice from earlier, wasn't it? I like to be very involved in what I do, and in all terms, especially in the creative stuff.
Okay, I'm just going to make a note of that.
And that it is
Control freak, right.
Well, yeah, could say that. I like diva. Isn't that the word for diva? Control freak.
Own it.
Exactly.
Make it you.
Well, there you go. That's why I'm wearing my T-shirt, my Whitney.
Oh, okay. There you go. Tell us about the final song you're going to perform for us today.
So yes, this one is the very first song that I wrote in Nashville. So it's really special to me. I was incredibly nervous about it, and I had a writing session booked up with just a fabulous woman in Nashville, and she's kind of Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame stuff.
Okay.
And
Does she have a name?
She does indeed. Her name is Leslie Satcher, and she is just a beautiful woman. And so I had this session booked up, and I went to her house in Nashville, and I was like physically shaking, and it got worse because like I'm a real when I write songs, it takes me days, like weeks, if I really like agonize over words and tear up paper, throw it out, quite tough on myself. And I said so my tour manager at the time said, well, what time should I pick her up and will you be done? And she was like, we'll be done in 2 hours. And I was like, 2 hours?
Wow.
What do you mean 2 hours? And we were. And
you had a song in 2 hours?
2 hours. And every single time I've written with her, that's exactly the same thing. And it's just a masterclass every time I go and write with these guys, because they are just ridiculous.
Okay. And what is the name of the song?
The name of the song is Sealed with a Kiss.
Oh.
Hosted by Carol Jefferson.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Well, in that case, Carol, this one's for you. It's called Sealed with a Kiss. And yeah, so this one I actually came up with the title. We were on the road in Denny's, would you believe, having pancakes.
Right.
And one of the band was writing a postcard home.
Oh.
And yeah, so I was missing Ezo and came up with the idea of Sealed with a Kiss. So there we go.
Isn't that lovely?
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, get a room. But for now, you're in this room, so behave yourself.
Okay.
This is Scarlet Fever now with an original track, the first one that she wrote over in Nashville. This is Sealed with a... Oh, hang on, I hit my record button. There you go. Sealed with a Kiss.
Running down this lonely road, I don't know where I will be tomorrow. It can be a heavy load, this old dream that you have let me follow. You're the one who's left me high, you're the one who's on my mind, and I miss you so much I could cry. When I think of that touch, I could die. Till I'm back in your arms, you just hang on to this. When you hear the song, let it seal with a kiss. What a crazy life we're building. Look at you, you take it all in stride. When I finally break it down, you are my tender place to hide. And you're always on my heart, laying here in the lonely dark, 'cause I miss you so much I could cry. When I think of that touch, I could die. Till I'm back in your arms, you just hang on to this. When you hear the song, baby, it's sealed with a kiss. Sealed with a kiss. Waking up to your angel eyes, oh how they haunt me tonight, and I miss you so much I could cry. I think of that touch, I could die. Till I'm back in your arms, you just hang on to this. When you hear the song, yeah, it's sealed with a kiss. Sealed with a kiss. Sealed with a kiss.
Yeah, it was all right. That was lovely. There
Thank
you go. That's Scarlet Fever there. I'm taking the headphones off now. We're actually off air. We had to fade out to the news, but
Oh.
we kept that going for the Facebook stream
Oh,
and for the recording
nice.
as well. So the people listening on the radio would have just heard that fade and the news come in, whereas the people on Facebook just got every last
See,
second of it.
surgeon, didn't even know you'd done that.
Yeah, I was a little bit. Hello, I was having a little bit of a panic, but I managed to do some things with buttons, and then it all
Thank
went
you
fine.
for having me, Dan.
Thank you so much. Bye bye, Facebook.
Oh no, they're not going yet. I'm going to give it a smooch. There goes the guitar. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ah,
Take care.
pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me. Oh,
Nice
God, my
to
poor
meet you.
guitar.
Right, you can stop that now.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Bye.